Hello and welcome to another Marvel Champions the card game playthrough. So this time we're going to be using Spider-Man Miles Morales, doing our first playthrough with him. And we're going to be going up against Rhino. Haven't faced Rhino in a while, and I like to face him when I'm trying to learn a new hero, because then there's less rules for me to mess up. Because he's pretty straightforward. Rhino 1 scheme, 2 attack, and 14 hit points. Have that set already. So we did the Rhino and standard encounter set. Our modular encounter set, we used one of the ones from Sinister Motives campaign. I think it's called Sinister Assault. It's the one that has just 6 minions, and they're all the Sinister 6 minions. So it starts with 0 threat, gets 1 per round, and once it gets to 7, we lose the game. So pretty straightforward there. We have our hero, who's Spider-Man, thwart of 2, attack of 2, defense of 2. And Venom Blast is a special. You deal 2 damage to an enemy, stun that enemy. Spider Camouflage is also a special. You give Spider-Man a tough status card, confuse an enemy. Hand size of 5 on this side, 9 hit points. So I'm guessing there's cards that allow these special abilities to go off in his deck. I haven't really looked at his cards yet, so we're going to figure that out. Recovery of 4 on Miles Morales' side with hand size of 6 and still the 9 hit points. So we have him set to 9. Response: after you change to this form, shuffle 1 Spider-Man card from your discard pile into your deck. Alright, so we start as Miles Morales, draw our 6 cards, and then off we go. Let's see what we drew. We've got Global Logistics, Strength, Spider-Man Peter Parker, Government Liaison, Government Liaison again, and Spider-Woman. For our mulligan, we're going to discard Spider-Woman and get double life. So first thing we'll do is pay 3 for Spider-Man Peter Parker. Alright, so you have to spend 1 of each type of resource while paying for this card. So I have 1 of each type. And in response, after Spider-Man attacks or thwarts, choose another Web Warrior character, ready that character. Thwart of 2, attack of 2, and 3 health. So we got him out. And we'll go ahead and flip over to Spider-Man. We will also pay 2 to put in Government Liaison. So hero action, exhaust Government Liaison. Play a shield card from your hand, reducing its resource cost by 1. So I'm noticing his deck has a lot of shield cards, so that should come in handy. First thing I'll do, attack for 2. Bring Rhino down to 12, and then we attack with Spider-Man. He takes 1 consequential damage. Rhino takes 2. And so after he attacks or thwarts, I get to choose another Web Warrior character. So he's a Web Warrior, and ready him. And then I can attack for 2 more. So Rhino's down to 8. Alright, so that is our first turn. We will ready up and draw up to our hand size of 5. Drawing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we got Monica Chang, Field Agent, Double Life, Surveillance Team, and Homeland Intervention. That's going to be 1 threat added there to the main scheme. Rhino will attack for 2, plus a boost card. We'll just take it. Ooh, that's rough. It's going to be 5 damage. So we're down to 4 already. And then we get an encounter card, and it's hero form. Hero attacks you. If a character is damaged by this attack, that character is stunned. So this time we're going to block with Spider-Man. So that's 2 plus a boost of 3. So 5 damage. Takes out Spider-Man, and he would be stunned, but he's defeated. So we'll go ahead and pay 3 for Monica Chang. She's a 1 thwart, 1 attack, 2 health. And after Monica Chang entered play, search your deck, hand, and discard pile for a copy of the surveillance team support and put it into play. Place 1 snoop counter on each surveillance team you control. Got another ally we're paying for with a surveillance team. So we'll just grab that one and put it into play. And then it starts with 3 snoop counters, but she's going to add 1 more. So we'll make our next exhaust this to play a shield card from your hand, reducing the cost by 1 to play Field Agent. So it's going to have 3 backup counters. And then when a shield ally would take any amount of consequential damage, exhaust Field Agent, remove 1 backup counter from it, prevent 1 of that damage. So first we'll go ahead and use our snoop counter. So what that does, I haven't read that yet. Enters play with 3, so exhaust surveillance team and remove 1 snoop counter from it, remove 1 threat from the scheme. So we'll be able to keep the threat in check with that. Monica Chang will attack for 1, bring Rhino down to 7. She takes 1 damage, and then we're going to flip over actually. So after you change form, shuffle 1 Spider-Man card from your discard pile into your deck. So I only have 2 in my discard pile, and it's the same card twice. So we'll go ahead and grab double life. Shuffle that in. And then we're going to recover for 4. Going back up to 8. We'll ready up and end our turn. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. Drawing Swing In, Sky Destroyer, Jefferson Davis, Web Shooter, Field Agent, and Power Within. That's going to be 1 threat there. He's going to attack us. No, actually he's scheming. So scheme of 1 and no boost. So just 1 more there. We get an encounter card. And it's an attachment charge. When Rhino attacks, the attack gains overkill. And at the end of this attack, discard charge. So he gets +3 attack the next time he attacks with overkill. So that's that. Alright, so I'll play a shield card from my hand, reducing his cost by 1. And I'll play a Sky Destroyer support card. So after you play a shield card, exhaust Sky Destroyer, deal 2 damage to an enemy. So I'm paying for that with these 2 resources. And I will pay 1 to put in a Web Shooter. It's the same as the original Spider-Man that came in the core set. So it has 3 web counters. And exhaust Web Shooter, remove 1 web counter from it, and generate a wild resource. I'll just use those counters. We are going to flip over to Spider-Man side. Then we will use one of our web counters to play Power Within. After you hear him use a basic power, discard Power Within, resolve Spider-Man's Venom Blast ability. We will attack for 2. Bring Rhino down to 5, and then we will use that. So discard Power Within and resolve his Venom Blast ability. So that will, his Venom Blast, deal 2 damage to an enemy and stun that enemy. So 2 more damage, bringing Rhino down to 3, and he's stunned. And Monica Chang will attack. This time we're going to use Field Agent so that she doesn't take a damage. So we took one of our backup counters off, and then we will use Surveillance Team. One of the snoop counters there to take 1 thwart off of, or 1 threat off of there. And I believe that's all we can do on our turn. So we're ready back up. And draw to our hand size of 5. Drawing Young Love, Genius, Arachnobatics, Web Shot, and Energy. 1 threat added there. Rhino tries to attack, but he's stunned, so just removes that. And then we get an encounter card, and it's an advance. So he's going to scheme for 1 plus a boost of 2. So 3 scheme there. So that's up to 5 out of 7 already. First thing we'll do is a web shot. So actually we'll attack first, because he only has 2 health left. So we will go ahead and attack for 2. Get him down to 0 and move on to Rhino 2. So scheme of 1, attack of 3. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for the break-in and take-in side scheme, and reveal it. Shuffle the encounter deck. So we gotta find break-in and take-in. So we found it. It's going to come in with 2 threat, and then get 1 additional threat per player here. And it has a hazard icon, so we're going to be getting an extra encounter card while that's out. And Rhino is at 15 health. So now we can go ahead and do our web shot like we wanted to do. So deal 4 damage to an enemy. If you pay for this card using a energy resource, which we are, resolve Spider-Man's Venom Blast ability. And his Venom Blast is the 2 damage and the stun again. So it's 4 and then 2. So 6 damage. Bringing Rhino down to 9 in his second phase. So that's the final phase that we do in standard mode. So he's stunned again. We will use Surveillance Team to go ahead and remove a threat there. Then we will pay 1 for Arachnobatics. So that's a hero action attack. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. If the enemy has a stun status card, deal 3 additional damage to it. And if it has a confused status card, deal 3 additional damage to it. So it's going to be 5 damage. Bringing Rhino down to 4. So it's at 4 there. We will use Monica Chang to thwart for 1. And use the field agent to keep her exhaust. Yeah, I get to exhaust him. To exhaust him so that she doesn't take a damage. Only card left in her hand is Genius, so we can't do anything else. But we'll ready everything back up. I think if we can survive this turn, we should be in good shape. We'll draw our 4 more cards because we're going to keep Genius and draw Homeland Intervention, Global Logistics, Homeland Intervention, and a Web Shot. So we just got to get to our turn and do that Web Shot. So 1 threat added there. He's stunned, so that gets rid of that. And then we're going to get 2 encounter cards dealt to us. So this will be the deciding factor here. So Vulture comes in with Quick Strike and Villainous. So force response, after Vulture activates against you, discard 1 random card from your hand. So he's going to come out and attack right away. And deals 1 damage. So we'll take the 1 damage. And we have to discard 1 card from our hand. Okay, so I just had to check the rules real quick. So Villainous, since he attacked us, he gets a boost card. That's what that means. So boost of 0. So it doesn't affect anything, but we do still have to discard our random card. Discarding Genius. And our last encounter card is an advance. So advance, he schemes for 1 plus a boost of 1. So scheming for 2. So that brings that up to 6. Ooh, 6 out of 7. That was a close one. So it is our turn now. So we can just go ahead and do the web shot to take out Rhino. So we'll just do that. So web shot, deal 4 damage to an enemy, and we'll pay with these resources to do a venom blast. So it's going to be 6 damage and stun him. But we only needed to do 4, and that was enough to take out Rhino. So that was a quick playthrough. My first time using Spider-Man Miles Morales out of the Sinister Motives expansion, and we defeated Rhino. So if you enjoyed that video, please like and subscribe. And for deck construction, we just used the pre-constructed deck for Spider-Man Miles Morales that comes in the expansion pack. So, alright, that's it for this video, and have a great day.